ZTIN for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty. ZTIN for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine, and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
Hello viewer, good afternoon, and this is Naija Live TV. We appreciate you for joining our broadcast. I am Gracious Fenana. Please like, comment and share our page and follow us on all social media platforms. We are on YouTube as Naija Live TV and also here on Facebook. Thank you for joining me on newspaper highlights this afternoon. Good afternoon once again. Now very quickly we are going to take a look at some papers on the newspaper highlight this afternoon, and we'll begin with the Vanguard newspaper. Now on the Vanguard we have this story, FG orders NAFDAC to halt sachet alcohol ban enforcement, citing economic security risk. FG orders NAFDAC to halt sachet alcohol ban enforcement, citing economic security risks. I mean, this drama has been lingering for too long. The sachet alcohol ban started some years back, and there was directive for NAFDAC to actually halt it at the time. That should be in 2020, and it was halted with an agreement that in 5 years later, which is now, it was going to be resolved, and yes, the ban will take place. And finally, I think in the month of January, the National Assembly gave the order for NAFDAC to actually enforce the ban, which they started. And the people who are in the business started calling for NAFDAC to at least take some time again, as they actually said, they alleged that it is going to make most persons, almost 5 million Nigerians, to go out of business. And they cited a lot of reasons, but NAFDAC is also citing health grounds, as they say that lots of young persons in school takes the sachet alcohol because it is easily accessible, and that they actually, not just sachet, I think from 200 milligram of alcohol packs, they actually don't want to see those things happen because it is easy for a child to actually put that in their pocket and go to school, and they've been getting records like that from different schools. So the argument is there on the part of NAFDAC. NAFDAC is citing health reasons, and which is very much understandable. And then I think MAN and the producers of these alcohols are also stating that, oh, this is going to make almost 5 million Nigerians lose their job, and also aside from the job loss, there are other things that they actually highlighted. And I watched the video, the interview with Dr. The doctor that is actually in charge of NAFDAC, that's Mojisola Adeyeye. She mentioned that, oh, they've actually had roundtable conversations before. That when she came into power, the talk was ongoing, the ban of sachet alcohol, that before she even started working as the director for NAFDAC, she has never come across sachet alcohol until there was a day, I think they went to a particular place, and then she saw the colorful pack, very small, and then she took a look at it, and so a staff told her, oh man, that's the sachet alcohol. And she said, sachet alcohol? I mean, sachet alcohol with 200, I think the alcohol content is really high, and so she said sachet alcohol that has this high level of alcohol concentration, and she decided that it should have a discussion. And so at the time, the persons, I mean, people who are selling the product had to go to the Ministry of Health. They even took them to the Ministry of Health, and so they had the conversation, and from there had the agreement that, oh, we are going to take 5 years. I think even the National Assembly, the Senate was also involved with that agreement, that they were going to take 5 years to actually review this. Maybe five years, that's from 2020 to 2026 now, 5 years, and that they were going to ban it. At the end of the day, those who are in the business started claiming that was they never had such an agreement, and that it was almost like, you know, having it in duress, or it was like a forceful thing, and there was no such agreement. That was their own argument. But NAFDAC kept on, you know, talking about the fact that this has serious health implications. The alcohol concentration of this sachet alcohol and other smaller bottles from 200 milligram is higher than even the bigger content. NAFDAC is stating clearly that we are not banning alcohol for adults. We are not banning alcohol in Nigeria, but sachet and from 200 milligram. That has been their argument. And they stated that this poses health risks for children. There are kids who now buy these drinks and go to school, consume them, forget that they were actually sent to school to study. Some of them sleep off or start involving themselves in practices that at the end of the day is detrimental to either them or maybe their classmates. So NAFDAC has really been against it. So I'm actually surprised at the end of the day with all of the argument. I don't know what they have actually done, places they have touched, who they've talked, they've spoken with. I mean, I'm talking about man and those who are producing the alcohol. I don't know what they've actually done that at the end of the day, because I'm going to go through that story. I have to read through it. I'm just seeing the headline now. Been busy. I've just seen the headline now. So for the fact that the federal government is asking for them to actually halt the ban, and they've already started, NAFDAC has actually started raiding. In fact, they've shut down companies that depends only, that solely produces alcohol and smaller packs of sachet and smaller packs of alcohol, maybe from 200 milligram and the other rest that we have. And that's the thing. And some persons were even saying that, oh, if you feel that the alcohol content was too high, don't you think you can maybe reduce it? Because I think the alcohol content for this sachet is like 40%. Maybe you can reduce to 10. And they said even with 10, kids, this is really small. People can easily get it, put in their pockets, go. You see, there are people, in fact, very recently I saw a woman, her family has been opposing her to take alcohol. So she goes to this shop very close to my house and just buy the sachet and pour in her mouth. And so maybe if the ban actually has been enforced completely, people like that might be able, they might not be able to actually lay their hands on bigger alcohol because of prices and as big as a bottle is, and that might actually help them to stop anyways. The arguments, both they are all side by side arguing that yes, this is saying that it's going to make us to go out of business and people will lose their job, and this person is talking about health risks. Between these two, which really look out for when we are talking about health these days? A whole lot of things happening. Now, this actually imposes kidney failure. There's a sickness that it gives to young people very fast. I think kidney-related matters as well. So that has been, I'm actually very surprised that the federal government is ordering for NAFDAC to actually halt it. NAFDAC has gone to certain places in other cities. I think somewhere in Anambra and some other states to, you know, confiscate or say shut down the businesses of people who are just solely producing sachet and from 200 milligram. Away from that NAFDAC story, now UK government criticized for dropping His Majesty from communications, and then Iran won't yield to excessive demands on nuclear program. President says that. Okay, we'll take a look at this one that says FG to begin sale of selected state-owned assets in 2026. Finance Minister. FG to begin sale of selected state-owned assets in 2026. Finance Minister. Okay, away from that story, we'll take a look at this one now. This is the Vanguard newspaper. Arik Air divert aircraft over engine issue. Oh, okay. Heineken to cut up to 6,000 jobs. What is happening now? War attack. Kwara won't bow to fear or intimidation, says Governor Abdul Razak. I only post on Twitter. Okonje Iweala disowns fake social media videos. Very okay. Oh, Okonje Iweala. She says she only posts on Twitter. A lot of elites, in fact, most elites are only on Twitter. Twitter is Twitter was a previous name, X. It is now X, owned by Elon Musk, the billionaire businessman, a trillionaire businessman. So yes, so most elites only use Twitter for reasons that I feel like, why most elites are using Twitter? I'm yet to know. But do you know, it is so funny. I get stories, but I am not on Twitter. I am not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. How? I am actually going to do that anyways. I have to be there because that's where you get all the juicy stories, but there's no way I don't get the stories as they are coming in. I get them at my fingertip as well. Okay, this year we are both hurting. Alvaro Morata breaks silence on spill from wife. Okay, that should be okay. All right. Now, CBN approves weekly sale of $150,000 to BDCs. That's in business. Now, Dangote explores investment opportunities in Burundi, meets with president. He's a businessman going around and still making more money. All right, we'll leave there and quickly. Okay, this story. Emefiele trial, how banks cost Naira scarcity, hoarded redesign notes witness. We'll not forget in a hurry how we suffered that year. That was really tough. So we'll quickly move on to the Punch newspaper. On Punch, FG orders NAFDAC to suspend sachet alcohol ban. Okay, that story is still making the headlines even with the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper there is stating that FG orders NAFDAC to suspend sachet alcohol ban. And states, what's really your take on this sachet alcohol ban? I mean, this is a conversation that we can have as friends. What's your take? Are you okay with sachet alcohol being in business? Are you okay with that? Maybe if the NAFDAC is to come to you for ideas, that what do you think we can do to actually halt the ban of this? What can we do and still leave these people in business? What will be your advice? Nobody is actually protesting this since NAFDAC came out to talk about this. Nobody, we've not heard where say Labour is saying no, leave these people. Has Labour reacted to this? As Labour really, because some persons actually protested. Some persons protested, and man says no, those are not our, and they are just people who are concerned with the development. It's not as though we sent anybody to go and protest. Yes, so yes, we saw some persons who protested. I think in the month of January, there were some protesters in regards to this. Now, states pay 455 billion naira to service foreign loans. Sokoto set 2026 deadline to end polio. Okay. Exiled Benin opposition leader, I think, seeks Tinubu's intervention. Exiled Benin opposition leader seeks Tinubu intervention. And 2027, ADC targets 14 million registered members. Aregbesola. 2027, ADC targets 14 million registered members. Aregbesola. Okay, the ADC. Okay. That's another strong opposition for some persons, and some will also argue that even the ADC still has problem, because why is it that we still have Atiku who is still willing to throw his hat on the ring come 2027, and we also have the Obi there, or His Excellency Peter Obi, who is also interested. So how can they really resolve this matter is a question that a lot of persons are asking. Now, pressure mounts on Bayelsa governor over choice of deputy. Some would say that, I mean, it's been long overdue. We understand now the deputy governor, His Excellency Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, blessed memory, has been laid to rest. So they hope that the governor is supposed to get deputy right after the burial. That's the hope for some persons because of human face. Some will even say that even before the burial. And the question of where will this person come from? Where is this person coming from? The west, the central, the east. But then again, the late deputy governor was from Bayelsa West Senatorial District. And so let's see how that happens anyways. And then WIKE FUBARA called truce after Tinubu's move. That story trended the whole of yesterday. Soldiers raid terrorist camp, recover ammunition in Kogi. Will you really call the WIKE FUBARA truce? Was that really a truce? I actually watched the video of WIKE's interview where he says that hopefully this might just be the last time that the president will intervene in the matter between the River State Governor, Sir SIMINALAYI FUBARA, and him. And he says that he's actually called the embattled assembly members who, excuse me please, who were moving to impeach the governor to, you know, make a U-turn. And you've seen reactions where people are saying, oh, so the FCT minister had to call these people to, wow, who is he? He's just an FCT minister. So a FCT minister, so why is it the one that is in charge calling the embattled assembly members to, you know, make a U-turn with their decision of impeachment? Now, soldiers raid terrorist camp, recover ammunition in Kogi. U.S. deploys 200 troops to Nigeria. And then Russia breaks silence on recruitment of Nigerians for Ukraine war. I don't know if you've actually seen videos circulating online of how Africans have been recruited. Nigerians are also there. I read the story of a young man who actually stated how he was someone met him that he about to give him a job, but a security job in Russia, and that he was to pay a certain amount of, in fact, take care of his papers only, and he was going to get this type of payment. And so he didn't tell anybody in his house, because he said that if he had done that, he will have people who were going to, people that will move to discourage him, and he doesn't want that movement. So what he did was privately, you know, stopped his business, sold a lot of property, and then got his papers ready and traveled to the Russia. And when he got there, was it Russia or Ukraine, one of them, when he got there, immediately he got there, they took his phone and his passport, and he was wondering why. And they took him to this hotel where he actually met with 2 other Africans, right? 3 Africans or 3 other Africans, including himself, 4 persons. And so they then told them that they are going to fight. They are sending them, they are going to recruit them for the war. And he said, oh my God, this is where I think I need to reach out to my family members. Somehow he was able to reach out to his family, and the family advised, because they said they were going to bring papers for him to sign. The family advised for him not to sign any papers and not to be part of it. And so this happened between him and the person. So it was this woman. The woman was a middle person that communicates with some persons in Africa, and they recruit people for her. And so she, being a Russian, a Ukrainian, when she brings these people, the government also pays her money, pays her a huge sum of money. And so she said she has actually spent so much for their, you know, papers, but the guy says that he sold properties. She said she's done a lot for them to get to where they are, and she got really angry. The story, I think at the end of the day, he did not sign, so they took 2 other guys, and then 1 other African also joined him in not signing those papers. And so the 2 of them, he said they drove them somewhere and left them there. Somehow they located their embassies, and then they find a way to get to their different countries. So he said he was in touch with the other guy that also left with him, and discovered that the guys that were sent to the military training, and eventually they said, in fact, they said when you take Africans, they put them at the forefront of the war. And so those guys, they died. And he was like, if he hadn't called his family to tell them where his whereabouts and also solicit advice, maybe that would have been his fate as well. So these are the things. They lure you with good promises, and oh, they are going to give you a job, you're going to get this amount of money. And looking at what is happening in Nigeria, you might want to compare what you're making here in Nigeria and feel like the greener pasture is the other way, and decides to make the move to go. And at the end of the day, it might not really end well, because it has actually happened, not just for these people who are now we are seeing videos of them being in Ukraine or in Russia, forcefully fighting wars, not just for them. There are people who might have been lured that way. It's sexual, at the end of the day, it might be for sexual purposes, and for others as well that you've seen being lured. A whole lot has been happening. So when you see opportunities like this, you don't just grab them. It is difficult for very good opportunities to come your way on a platter of gold. So when you see things like this, try your best to verify. In fact, speak with people. Today, even here in Nigeria, we advise that if you're going to visit someone you're yet to know very well, you inform people around you, let alone you, because you don't want to be discouraged by people. You try to travel secretly to another country to get greener pastures. Please, I understand what we are going through right now. It is difficult for some persons here in the country, but that doesn't mean that you should put your life on at risk because you want to make money. You have to be alive to enjoy that money, you understand? So please, that's one thing. Now, right now, we said Russia breaks silence on recruitment of Nigerians for Ukraine war. They've actually, you need to read up that as well and get more details. We watched the video of a young man with, a vest, I think a vest carrying weapons, and I think bomb as well, where he was afraid, and he was being asked to go. Oh my God, we saw that terrible video, and so they've said something about it. Now, Dangote cuts fuel price, explores new Burundi investment. The man is always on the move, looking for investment across the globe. And quickly, we'll take a look at another newspaper here. Let's take a look at this day, what this day is going to offer this afternoon. Very quickly, this year reads in Rome, Nigerians, Abubakar Kyari emerges chair of IFAD. Oh, amazing. Nigerians are always breaking new grounds, very smart people. FG to strengthen safe schools coordination with NSCDC, says Alausa. And PENCOM unveils Awaba to drive pension inclusion for formal workers. I think those are the papers that we actually have right now on our national dailies. Niger Live TV will be back with the news shortly. Please stay tuned.
Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds. Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.
My shift is always long, but I still find things that make my day a bit easy. Like customers who make up their mind fast.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. And the ones who tip. course, the ones who tip me well. But the best thing is this Kuda POS. It takes transfers.
Thank you. This is still Naija Live TV. Welcome to the National Desk News. I am Gracious Fenana, who kickstarted the headlines. Former Kaduna State Governor and ex-minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nasir El-Rufai, in an interview addressed speculation about a supposed fallout with President Bola Tinubu. Benue State Police Command has confirmed that 14 passengers were abducted while traveling from the Igede axis of Oju and Obi local government areas. The Russian government denied allegations that it is operating a state-backed program to recruit Nigerians to fight in the ongoing war in Ukraine. We now bring you details. Former Kaduna State Governor and ex-minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nasir El-Rufai, in an interview, addressed speculation about supposed fallouts with President Bola Tinubu. He clarified that there was never a personal relationship to begin with. Unlike his close bond with former President Muhammadu Buhari, El-Rufai said he and Tinubu were not friends, and his support for Tinubu's 2023 presidential bid was purely political. According to him, it was driven by party loyalty and strategic arrangements within the APC, not personal affection. El-Rufai explained that his involvement in Tinubu's candidacy was influenced by consultations with Islamic leaders from the southwest who wanted a Muslim candidate from their region. He participated in those discussions, but his support was based on political necessity rather than friendship. He also emphasized that his differences with Tinubu are rooted in governance philosophy. In his words, he is committed to public service and efficiency, while he believes Tinubu's approach is different. This divergence, he said, was the reason he declined a ministerial appointment in Tinubu's cabinet, stressing that he could not serve under a system that did not align with his principles. By making these clarifications, El-Rufai sought to dispel rumors of personal feud. He framed the issue as one of ideology and governance style, not animosity. His comment also suggests that he is positioning himself as a principled politician who acts based on conviction rather than loyalty to individuals. The Benue State Police Command has confirmed that 14 passengers were abducted while traveling from the Igede axis of Oju and Obi local government areas. The incident occurred on Monday evening along the Okpoku axis of the state. Police spokesperson DSP Udeme Edit explained that investigations are already underway to track down the kidnappers and secure the release of the victims. He assured the public that security operatives have been mobilized to the area and that efforts are being intensified to rescue those abducted. This development has heightened concerns about insecurity in Benue, particularly along rural roads where travelers are often vulnerable to attacks. The police have urged residents to remain calm while assuring that measures are being taken to restore safety in the affected communities. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority LASMA has confirmed a tragic accident along the Okata-Maitu corridor in Lagos. According to the agency's spokesperson, Mr. Adebayo Taofik, a commercial minibus suddenly caught fire, leading to the death of 2 people, the driver and 1 passenger, while 8 others sustained injuries. Taofik described the incident as a devastating road traffic occurrence and explained that emergency respondents quickly moved in to extinguish the fire and rescue survivors. The injured passengers were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the fire, though initial reports suggest it may have been triggered by a mechanical fault or fuel leakage. The accident has drawn attention to the safety risks of commercial minibuses in Lagos, where poor maintenance and overcrowding often contribute to road tragedies. The Edo State House of Assembly had its first sitting of 2026 abruptly suspended after lawmakers discovered a bullet and suspected gunshot holes in the assembly complex. The incident occurred on Tuesday, February 10, 2026, creating tension as members arrived for plenary and were alerted to what appeared to be evidence of a shooting within the chamber area. According to reports, the bullets and holes were found on the roof of the assembly complex, prompting immediate concern about a possible security breach. The leadership of the House quickly suspended proceedings and invited operatives from the Edo State Police Command and the Department of State Services DSS to investigate. Speaking to journalists, the majority leader, Jonathan Ebamawu, confirmed that the matter had been handed over to security agencies. He explained that the Assembly had contacted the Commissioner of Police and the DSS to probe the incident and secure the premises. He added that the sitting was postponed until further notice, pending the outcome of investigations. This discovery has raised serious concerns about the safety of lawmakers and integrity of the assembly complex. It also underscores the border insecurity challenges facing Edo State and Nigeria at large. Troops of the 12th Brigade Nigerian Army have recorded a major operational success under Operation IGBO Idanu 1, clearing a key terrorist camp in Kogi State and recovering arms and ammunition. In a statement posted on its official X account on Wednesday, the Army said the operation dealt a decisive strategic blow to a notorious terrorist network linked to Kachala Ibrahim and Shuaibu. The Army said the troops advanced through dense forest, difficult terrain, and multiple riverine obstacles, displaying exceptional resilience, professionalism, and tactical discipline despite severe movement constraints caused by falling trees and marshy ground. The operation was personally led by the Commander, 12th Brigade, Brigadier General Kazim Omari Sidi. According to the statement, troops dismounted and advanced on foot to achieve tactical surprise and operational dominance, a maneuver that enabled them to penetrate deep into the terrorist enclave, resulting in the complete clearance of the camp. Although the terrorists fled on sighting the advancing troops, the Army said a thorough exploitation of the objective led to the recovery of significant quantities of arms and ammunition. Recovered items include 8 boxes of 7.62 times 54 link ammunition containing bandoliers of 250 rounds each and 1 box of high-velocity grenades. Director General of the World Trade Organization, WTO, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, says she openly posted on X, formerly Twitter. Okonjo-Iweala, who disclosed this in a public alert, warned Nigerians about a fake AI-manipulated video circulating online, urging the public to remain vigilant and avoid being duped. She clarified that the video, which falsely used her image, is not authentic and is being investigated by relevant authorities. Just alerting Nigerians, another fake AI-manipulated video, the authorities are handling it. The former Minister of Finance reiterated that she does not operate accounts on popular social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, or WhatsApp, stressing that any content appearing there under her name is fraudulent. As I repeatedly said, I never post any on Instagram, Facebook, or WhatsApp. Anything emanating from these sources with my image is not from me, she stated. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has urged Nigerian opposition political parties to unite in pressing for credible electoral reforms. Speaking in Minna, Niger State, after a closed-door meeting with former military President General Ibrahim Babangida, Atiku dismissed the Senate's recent approval of a mixed transmission system combining manual and electronic methods for election results. He argued that such an arrangement would only create confusion and undermine transparency. Instead, Atiku insisted that full electronic transmission of results is the only credible option to guarantee fairness and restore public confidence in Nigerian elections. He emphasized that Nigerians expected real-time electronic reporting across all levels of elections, and anything short of that falls below democratic standards. Political lobbying in Bayelsa State has intensified over who will succeed the late Deputy Governor Lawrence Erujakpo, who died on December 11, 2025, after collapsing in his office. His passing sparked debate among stakeholders about whether his replacement should come from his home area, Sagbama local government, or follow the existing zoning arrangements within Bayelsa West Senatorial District. Before his burial on January 30, 2026, consultations were already underway, particularly because Erujakpo had refused to defect with Governor Doediri from the PDP to the APC. Under the Constitution, however, the governor holds the authority to nominate a new deputy subject to confirmation by the State House of Assembly. Former governor and current Senator Seriake Dixon criticized the intense lobbying that began even before Erujakpo's burial, stressing that the decision now rests squarely with Governor Diri. And we now move on to the foreign scene. The Russian government has denied allegations that it is operating a state-backed program to recruit Nigerians to fight in the ongoing war in Ukraine. Speaking in Abuja on Tuesday, the Russian ambassador to Nigeria, Andrei Podyolzvil, said Moscow has no official policy supporting the recruitment of Nigerians for the conflict. There is no government-supported program to recruit Nigerians to fight in Ukraine. That was a statement, and thank you for watching. I am Gracious Fenana. Good afternoon to you.
My shift is always long, but I still find things that make my day a bit easy. Like customers who make up their mind fast.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. And the ones who tip. Of course, the ones who tip me well. But the best thing is this Kuda POS. It takes transfers, cards, and even has a pay with Kuda option with instant settlement. I get the alert quickly, my manager gets the alert, even the customer can see the alert. Oh, she has already left. No delay for anybody, no stress for me.
Z10 for high-tech precision engineering. A technology and heavy-duty industry. Original spares for automotive, locomotive, aviation, marine, and agriculture. Research and development for automotive engines and electric cars. Heavy-duty off-road equipment. Reverse engineering. Technological development. Academy for innovators and impressionable minds.